Welcome to this second tutorial about how to control multiple groups of DMX light in Control4 using Domaudeo DMX solution. For our example, we will be using a demo room with 10 groups of DMX light and 3 groups of white light. Not all were DMX. The room is wired as shown in this diagram. We basically use all RGB W fixture, 8 sections of RGBW strip and one set of RGBW recessed light. Each RGB section uses a 3-channel RGB decoder. An extra decoder is used for the white part, and we are using only 2 channels on this decoder. This is because the white from all the strips are connected to the same channel, and the other channel is connected to the white from the recessed light. So the white from all the strips would be controlled with a single DMX channel. We also have 2 halogen lights connected to a single Control4 dimmer. First, let's take a look at our demo project in Composer. Here we have added each individual RGB dimmer for each RGB section. We also have 3 single channel white light with their single channel light driver. Let's check if everything is working correctly. Yes, green work, section 5, blue. Yes. Section 7, green. Perfect. Section 8, red. With some green, so we've got yellow. The recessed. Yeah. And white. He said white, ceiling white. Yeah. And halogen. Yeah, it works. It's all fine. Okay. Even if our solution offers full native support for Control4 Advanced Lighting Agent, things are not always the best way to control a group of light, and they can be somehow limited in some situation. This is where the group dimmer driver comes handy. Let's see how it works. First, we will need to add an RGB group dimmer driver to take care of our RGB lighting. To add the driver, type Domaudeo in the search field and select the RGB, the group DMX RGB group dimmer. Okay. Note that we only need one driver to control all the RGB lights. There is also a non-RGB group dimmer that allows you to control a group of single channel lights. But the properties are the same as this one, so we will only check the RGB group dimmer. Okay, so let's check the driver properties. Group type can be sequential or comma-separated random. In sequential mode, green and blue does not have to be subsequent channel number next to the red channel value. For example, the first light channel in the group is 100. 100 is for the red color. It also uses 101 as the green and 102 as blue. If we have a group of 10 fixtures, the second fixture will use the channel number that is equivalent to the first channel plus the number of channels per fixture. That means fixture number 2 will need to use channel 103 as red, third light will use channel 106, and so on. The same logic is used for other color. Channel per fixture define how many channel is reserved per fixture. The minimum number is 3 for RGB, but a fixture can use more channel. This is usually the case with commercial wall washers or stage light that use extra channel for proprietary effect. Those extra channel are skipped and will not be controlled by this driver if the channel per fixture properties is set to a value higher than 3. Our demo system is built with 10 fixtures. So let's enter 10 as the number of fixture. And we'll use channel 100 as the first red, 101 as green, and 102 as the first blue. The last channel are populated automatically. As you can see, the driver already works. It is able to control all the group of light with separate color. Comma separated random allow to use non-sequential random channel number as the first red channel, but it will assume green and blue are always the next subsequent channel to this value. For example, our first light in the group use channel 100, so we will enter 100. Then the next light in the group will use 103, and next we'll use 106, all the way to 121. So this is all the red channel of our group. Those settings should be able to control the light the same way as we've done before. Let's try it. Green, yes, we got the whole group of green, blue, we're perfect. Random channel is useful when there is a bunch of light to control, but they are not configured with subsequent channel value. Or if there is a DMX device that uses a channel value in between the first and last channel of the light group. This is to prevent sending command to that device when controlling the group of light. For example, if we do not want to control the third group, we just have to remove its red channel, it's set, and done. We do not control the third channel anymore. Master dimmer type is available only in sequential mode, so we will revert to sequential. Here we have the master dimmer type available. This properties is used to determine if the master dimmer is a real DMX channel or if it will be simulated. A real master channel is sometimes called master brightness and is usually found in commercial light with DMX built in. Most systems that use external DMX decoder will not get a master dimmer, so this is why we have the option to simulate it. The master dimmer will allow to dim or bright the current color. This is a real master brightness control that will keep the color constant. So you only have to set the red, green, and blue slider and build the color you want, and the master dimmer will be able to dim or bright this color without modify it. So let's set the master dimmer to virtual and build a custom color. Say orange. Okay. So this is the master dimmer. Let's try to dim. Yes. Dim the same orange. And go up and down. If the light is turned off, the master dimmer will bring back the default color from the default red, green, and blue level in the properties. So it's all full brightness, so it brings us bluish white. Can dim. Command mode determines how the commands are sent to the group of lights. Simultaneous will send all the command to all the lights at the same time. Sequential will send the command to one light at a time. And sequential with delay will allow to add a custom delay between each command, creating a nice progressive effect. Let's try the sequential with delay. Let's put 250 as the delay in millisecond. And let's try this out. So all commands are sent one after each other with a delay. You can also use the ramp to command to produce a nice and smooth progressive effect. White channel override is a special option that monitors an external light load and turn off the RGB dimmer when this external load is on. It will also turn off this load if we are using the RGB dimmer. This is useful to prevent having a white light to be turned on at the same time as the color. So let's select an external light that will become our white override. Let's take the white channel from the RGB strips in the ceiling. It's called ceiling white. Click set. And we'll do some color, green, and, some red, some kind of orange. And then we go to the ceiling white, which is our white override. If I turn it on, color is gone. Same at the opposite side. If I go back to my group dimmer and I use, for example, blue, the white turns off. This also work with non-DMX light, like our halogene. So I will select the halogene as the white override device, and now we currently use all blue light. So I will turn on the halogene and color is gone. I can bring color back. Halogene is gone. Group dimmer best practice is to present a single set of RGB slider while keeping all the controlled DMX load separated. The reason of having separated RGB load is to produce more advanced color effect. This is the Control4 app for iPhone. Take a look at the room with all the DMX light we are working on. There's so many sliders. This is so messy. If I want the room to be green, I have to turn on each green slider one after another, and this takes forever. Okay, then take a look at this room. It controls the same amount of light with 3 color effects, all in one screen. Much easier to navigate and control. So this is our group dimmer, and if I want the room to be green, I only have to use one slider and all the light become green. You can play with color and dim the whole set of light. Turn off. If we go back in Composer and set the command mode to sequential with delay, like this, and configure the delay to, let's say, 500 millisecond, like that. Then we go back to the mobile apps and play with the slider. Get a nice scrolling effect. Like that. Also in the same screen we can play with color effect like the color chase or the color loop. And you'll see the group dimmer that follows the current light level when we stop the effect. For more information about color effect, let's check our whole tutorial about the FX switch driver, which is included with our Control4 DMX solution. Group dimmer may not still be the best to use as the main color control in a room because having separated red, green, and blue dimmer may confuse the consumer. For that, we've built the color changer driver, which is right here. This single slider is able to control the color over all the DMX light at the same time. It uses a preset palette and allows to set the color without having to play with separated red, green, and blue slider. Please watch the next tutorial of the series for a deeper look on the color changer driver and a demonstration of what it can do. And thanks for watching.